Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Sejanus' fall, and shocker, 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 we get to hear from Sejanus again today in Act 2, Scene 2. He has spent this scene talking to Tiberius, who was leery of Agrippina's group, the team I've been calling the Peanut Gallery, and with a little bit of coaching, a little bit of encouragement from Sejanus, Tiberius has come around to, we need to do something about these people. And actually, in yesterday's video, we got to the point where Tiberius was like, you know what? I trust you enough now. I can tell you, I've been thinking the same exact things that you are, that we need to get rid of all of them because they're getting too powerful. They are a threat to my empire, to my position as emperor. So where do we start? Who do we take out first? And Sejanus is like, well, Silius, because he's a military hero. He has a lot of clout. Therefore, taking him out first is going to really shake things up. It's going to throw everybody off their game. And Tiberius is like, wait, but not Sabinus first? And Sejanus says, let him grow a while. His fate is not yet ripe. We must not pluck at all together, lest we catch ourselves. And there's Aruntius too. He only talks. But Socia, Silius' wife, would be wound in now, for she hath a fury in her breast, more than hell ever knew, and would be sent thither in time. Then is there one Cremutius Cordus, a writing fellow they have got, to gather notes of the precedent times and make them into annals. A most tart and bitter spirit, I hear, who, under color of praising those, doth tax the present state, censures the men, the actions, leaves no trick, no practice unexamined, parallels the times, the governments, a professed champion for the old liberty. And then he kind of gets cut off. So what he's saying is no, there's some strategy to this. We leave Sabinus alone for right now. He hasn't gotten quite to the point where he needs to be taken out, and we need to be selective about who we get rid of and in what order and how frequently, or else we're going to get caught in what it is that we're doing. But he's like, Socia, who is Silius' wife, should also be, silenced because she's rather an upstart. And then he brings up Cordus, who's the one who's writing some annals that they're hearing might be rather controversial, but they haven't been released yet. They were mentioned in the first scene. And he's like, these things that he's writing, they're potentially inflammatory, and we might need to look out for that. And he gets on this role of saying that, Cordus is maybe not writing good things, and Tiberius cuts him off to finish that thought and be like, yes, yeah, he's terrible. They're all terrible, and we need to stop their trains of thought. We need to stop any revolts that they might be planning. Blah, 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 blah. He's like, okay, so how do we do this? How do we go about starting to arrest them? And Sejanus is like, leave that to me. You just set up the courtroom and I'll get Silius there. And Tiberius is like, no, but let's brainstorm. What are we going to arrest him for? And Sejanus is like, if we talk about it, it's going to waste time. We just got to move. We got to get on this now. So you get the court set up and I'll figure out a way to get Silius there. Okay, ready? Break. Let's go. So Tiberius leaves. And when Tiberius leaves, Posthumus enters, and Posthumus has been spying on Agrippina's group on behalf of Sejanus. So Sejanus is like, oh, Posthumus, great, you're here. What do you have to tell me? And Posthumus is like, well, not really very much. They haven't really been doing anything. Even when they go out and we try to get them involved in conversation, they just sort of shut down and they don't say very much. And Sejanus is like, but okay, so who are you seeing out? And Posthumus is like, I'm seeing all of them, all the important ones. They're not taking the bait to say things that we can then get on them for. And Sejanus is like, okay, but what about Agrippina herself? Are you baiting her as well? And Posthumus is like, well, we tried, but then Sabinus coughed to sort of give her a warning that she shouldn't say too much, shouldn't let her ego get out of check. So that whole line was sort of shut down too. But Sejanus is going to have a monologue with some thoughts on that tomorrow. So I will see you then for that. Mwah.